What's up, YouTube? This is Bystander X79, guys. Today I'm here on the official Yu-Gi-Oh! Card database, primarily because over the past week, Konami has released information on the Legendaries Duelist Season 1, as well as the next structure deck being released. We get the full card sets for both sets, and we're going to be taking a look at both sets today. So we're going to scroll all the way down here, and we're going to start with Legendary Duelist Season 1. This is going to contain cards from both the first two Legendary Duelists. The first one was the Joey set, which featured Joey and a lot of his different rivals. The second set was Pegasus and a lot of different rivals of Yugi, as well as Joey as well. So we're going to basically take a look at this set. So from the Joey side of the cards, we're getting mostly Red Eye stuff. The reprint of Red Eye's Darkness Metal Dragon with its alternate art, as well as his errata, will be in this set. As well, I do want to note that it was announced that they are renaming the card for Red Eye's B Dragon to Red Eye's Black Dragon. I'm willing to bet they're going to go through all the other cards with Bean's name, like Malefic Red Eyes, as well as the Black Skull and Meteor Black Dragon as well. So, pretty awesome. You're going to get a lot of your Red Eye support through this set. So if you haven't built a Red Eyes deck, this is a very good set to actually pick up a box of to try to get deck built, because you get pretty much all of what you need here in the set. Okay, get Insight, cards of Redstone, the Red Eyes Fusion, which will be important when we get Dragoon, as well as Infernal Fire Blast, Return to the Red Eyes, and Red Eyes Fang with Chain. We're getting some Amazoness support, but not a lot. So definitely, if you're looking to build Amazoness by the singles, it'll be better off that way. For water decks, or decks that can utilize the field spell, Yumi, you could look up into something like Rage of Kyryushin, as well as Sea Stealth Attack. I wouldn't bother with either of the monsters, really. Legendary Awesome is pretty awesome, since it does reduce the levels by 1. So these three cards are probably the ones I will probably pick up. If you haven't picked up Sea Stealth Attack or Rage of Kyryushin, this is definitely the set to pick them up as singles. We're also getting a lot of Cyberdark support. This is stuff that I probably might hold off on buying, considering that the recent Structure Deck poll, when the poll ended, the Cyber Art deck was in the #1 slot on the poll. And based off of the picture, the deck looks to be basically maybe Cyber Dragon / Cyber Dark deck, probably trying to connect the two archetypes a little bit better. However, if you want to try out a Cyber Dark deck with the newer support, this is definitely what you want to pick up. We got some new Roid support. And then, of course, we come down to this Pegasus support. We get the Millenniumized Illusionist Faceless Magician, which was released in Speed Duels recently. Relinquished Fusion, as well as Millennium Designs Restrict. I think this is the best card out of that set. Out of the Relinquished stuff, at least, in my opinion. And then you get the rest of the Toon support. A lot of the older Toon supports in this set. So if you want to have some of the older Toon support in your Toons deck with the newer Toon support from Toon Chaos, definitely pick this stuff up in here. Especially Toon Table Contents, especially. The Weevil stuff, in my opinion, not really worth it. The new Bandit Keith stuff, Ancient Gear stuff, I think, will probably be the next chase items here. Primarily because you get most of the art type and a lot of the newer support from it. So definitely, I would definitely look to pick this up. And then, of course, you get a lot of the Crystal Beast stuff in here. So if you're looking to build a Crystal Beast deck, again, this is the set you want to be looking at investing in boxes to get. This way you don't have to worry about having to spend a ton of money on different singles. All in all, we're also getting 4 sneak peek cards from Rise of the Duelists. This will be the next core booster set release. I think it's coming out in August or September. I gotta double check that, but still. Curse of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon. This is the new Gaia, the Fierce Knight support. Allows you to add any spell or trap card that lists Gaia the Dragon Champion in this tag to your hand, which is actually pretty awesome. We're getting Machiner Scavenger, which is actually a great hand trap for the Machina deck that we just got earlier this year. Power boosts all Machina monsters, or one Machina monster you control by 1200 attack, and it can even recycle itself back to your hand when one of your Machina monsters destroys one of your opponent's monsters per battle. So, very awesome card. Definitely something I'm looking to include into my Machina deck. I'm glad we're getting this early. Fury of Karyushin. This is another card that I think a lot of players are going to be looking to buy multiple copies of as a single, primarily because this is your torrential tribute searcher. And then, of course, we have the Melfi Rabby. The Melfis are a brand new archetype that is also in Rise of the Duelist. I think it's a Xyz-based deck. So, interesting. I haven't really ran across it, so it might be more of a casual build deck, but still, we're getting at least one of the cards early, so definitely stuff to look at investing in early before Rise of the Duelist drops. All in all, like I said, Crystal Beasts, Ancient Gears, Red Eyes, Tunes are pretty much going to be the chase cards that you want to be buying boxes for. Anything else, definitely go for the singles. That's just the way I'm seeing this set right now. Of course, it all depends on your budget as well, so always buy cards and product based on your budget. And next, we're going to go up to the Sacred Beast structure deck. This was the, I think, the second deck in last year's structure deck poll. We'll just go over some of the newer cards. Raviel, Lord of Phantasm, and Shimmering Escaper. It is a level 10. It's a newer retrain on the original Raviel. However, it's utilized more or less for its hand trap effect than anything else. Primarily because you can discard this card, target one Raviel, the Lord of Phantasm you control for the rest of the turn. Its attack becomes double, and it can also attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Hey, hitting your opponent with an 8,000 point attack point monster, that's not a good thing. And of course, you could tribute, if this card's in your graveyard, you could tribute one monster and add this card to your hand. I've seen decks builds where they were running 3 copies of this card mained, and in my opinion, I think that's the wrong thing. This card just feels more of a one-of, primarily because you can recycle it just more easily. If you want to push it up to 2 because of things like DD Crow or Cold by the Grave, definitely consider 2, but right now I'm just feeling more it is a one-of. Chaos Core, in the number of times I've played against this deck, I have not seen this card at all. It's more of a stall card that can dump your Sacred Beast into your graveyard to gain counters so it won't be destroyed or take battle damage. Bit more of a stall card, so it's not really. Dark Beckoning Beast, Chaos Summoning Beast, and Dark Summoning Beast, all I've seen being utilized in the deck when played online. Basically, this allows you to search out your Sacred Beast or a card that specifically lists the Sacred Beast in his card text from your deck to your hands on summon. So it's very awesome. You could also basically get an additional normal summon of a Fiend monster with 0 attack or defense as well. So that's actually very useful because you can just summon this, search out what you need, and then go for Dark Summoning Beast, which is a level 5. And this card, you can tribute this card, special summon one of the Sacred Beasts, ignoring their summoning conditions. Downside is you can't attack the rest of the turn. You could also banish this card from your graveyard, add one Uriah or Sacred Beast card from your deck to your hand. So it does a lot of this stuff very awesome. Okay, Summoning Beast is basically tribute summon to special summon your Sacred Beasts, ignoring summoning conditions, and you can banish it to get Fallen Paradise. So summon this card. If you have one of the Sacred Beasts in your hand, boom, get it out, and then search for Fallen Paradise. Very awesome play. So these definitely, I would definitely be running these cards. Probably maybe a 3 each, maybe 2 of the bigger one. That's just me. Some of the reprints we're getting, Phantom of Chaos, saw this being played, so this is definitely something you might want to consider. Phantom Sky Blaster, you can get tokens easier to build up tributes because they're fiends. Mad Reloader and Grave Squirmer. Destroy by battle effects basically allows you to fix your hands. Rainbow Dark Dragon, this is the second reprint in 2 weeks' time because it's also in the Legendary Duelist set. Tragodia, another level 10 if you take damage. Raiden, it's a Fiend Dark monster, and it's a Kaiju, so definitely worth having in the deck. I mean, it's great to see Kaiju's getting common reprints, so it's a little bit easier to get. Chaos Hunter, always a great card to have. If your opponent special summons a monster, you could just basically pitch a card, get this card out on the field, and your opponent can't banish cards. So if your opponent really needs to banish cards, say like with Thunder Dragons, definitely worth having this card in your deck. Puppet Master. gets more fiends back on the field, so you can actually be able to put tributes on the board. It makes sense. Stinging Street Patrol, again, more fiend support. Farfa can remove problematic cards off your opponent's field by being discarded. If this card is discarded to the graveyard, you can special summon it with the Fabled Churubel. And then you have Danger Chupacabra. This is the question mark inclusion in this deck. I know it's a Dark Entry Fiend monster, but seriously, you're hoping to pitch maybe something like Fabled Churubel or Farfa off of its effect to get on the field and draw an additional card, because you're not making use of its discard card at all. So, yeah, this is a questionable thing, but hey, common danger, so. Cerulean Skyfire and opening the Spirit Gates allow Skyfire is specifically for Hamon, allowing you to utilize face-down spells you control as tribute cost for Hamon, and also allows you to respond to any spell and trap card activated by changing Hamon into defense position, which is actually pretty cool. And if Uriah, Hamon, or Raviel leaves the field, you take no damage this turn, so that's even better. Opening of the Spirit Gates, continuous spell. It searches out your Sacred Beast or any card that lists them in their card text. Very awesome. And then you can discard a card, special summon one fiend monster with 0 attack or defense from your graveyard. Also very good. And if you control a level 10 monster, you can add one continuous spell from your graveyard to your hand, recycling it, allowing you to be able to do a lot of different things with its deck. So it's a very good card to have. Fallen Paradise, Field Spell important for the deck. I'm not so sure about Phantasmal Martyrs, primarily because it's just too easy to get the cards out, the big monsters out with the beasts here. So, Spell Chronicle, continuous spell. It's tribute fodder for Hamon at the best. But to be very honest, yeah, if the opponent sees this, they can just chain MST to it and just take it out. Terraforming, always good to see. This is a very important. Field spells are important to this deck. You get both Fallen Paradise as well as Mound of the Bound Creator in it, so you're going to be needing ways to get your field spells out. And set rotation, very important. Reprint, we haven't had a reprint in this card in a while, so definitely great to see this card coming back. 1-for-1, another great card to have. Common Desires, this is something definitely that you might want to look into investing into at least a playset of the commons. I know Desires can be utilized and splashed in a lot of decks that need the extra draw power, so there's that. Field Barrier to protect your field spells, as well as, hey, extra continuous spell fodder. MST. Hyperblaze, again, this is another way to get Uriah onto the field faster. Also can power boost Uriah to insane heights for every face-up trap card on the field and in the graveyard. That's a big power boost. And then once per turn, you can discard one card from your hand to add to your hand or special summon one Sacred Beast card from the graveyard, ignoring its special summoning conditions. So this is definitely something that could be an interesting play setup. So definitely worth it. Awakening of the Sacred Beast, also another great card here. Gain effects based on the number of Sacred Beasts you control. One or more each time your opponent summons a special summons monsters, you gain life points equal to the attack of that monster. And you get to activate effects of monsters your opponent controls. That's actually the best one. And then any monsters your opponent controls, sends to the graveyard or banished instead. So yeah, that's actually pretty handy trap card for Sacred Beast decks. Getting banished cards back, Shapeshifter, and it's mostly more continuous traps for Uriah. And then, of course, we have Phantasm Emperor Trulog. This was actually first seen in the Arcvein manga. 3 level 10 monsters, you can fusion summon it out, and then if this card is special summon or another monster special summon from the graveyard to your field, while you control this monster, you can target one monster your opponent controls and inflict damage to half that original attack of the monsters you targeted. So yeah, you get a little burn dimension there. And then of course you get the Sacred Beasts in the deck as well as their fusion and their fusion spell. So all in all, this is not a bad structure deck. I mean, like I said, this is not going to be a very competitive deck, I definitely would say it's more casual at the best, but still, it can be strong, and if your opponent doesn't know how to counteract it, it can be difficult. But lately I've been noticing in the structured decks, Konami's been killing with some of the reprints, and I'm actually enjoying the reprints that I'm seeing here. So it's definitely worth picking up for the reprints, and probably keep picking up a couple extra copies of the reprints as well, just to have on tap. Alright guys, that is it for my review for both the Legendary Duelist Season 1 as well as the Structured X Taker Beast. Guys, I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this on my channel, make sure to subscribe, enable notifications, especially the YouTube notifications so you don't miss any uploads. Check out the description box below. Find the links to my affiliates, tcgplayer.com as well as sidedeckversus.com. Great resources for any Yu-Gi-Oh player. Follow me on social media, Twitter, and Reddit. And if you guys want to help build my community, consider joining my Discord. The invite link is in the description box below as well. Join the conversation. We'll love to have you. As always, guys, until next time, peace.